Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
Mr. Magazine, I was at the flea market the other day.
Okay.
And I realized how much I have changed in my buying throughout the time. And I'm going to tell you why, and then I want you to talk about your changes as well.
Okay.
And the reason why I want to do this is for the people out there, if you're newer, or even if you've been established. If you're established, look back, like I'm going to do now. And if you're newer, odds are you're not going to be locked into whatever you're doing right now. You are going to evolve in what you're purchasing, and you're going to evolve in what you're selling. There was a guy, and I was talking to him, and I bought some stuff from him, and his prices overall were reasonable. Not giveaway, not terrible.
Okay.
And he had a small flat, 8, 10 items, and they were normal condition. The 1950s through 70s movie star magazine, Ernie Kovacs on the cover, things like that. And he probably, now I didn't ask him, but I would be thinking he's probably going to be charging a couple of bucks a piece on them. It's probably what he'd be wanting on them.
Right.
I didn't buy them. Now, a couple of years ago, they would have gone right on my pile, and I would have bought them.
Yeah.
I'm getting to where I don't really like dealing in Esquire magazines.
Slow moving. And we got enough of that.
I don't like dealing in most Fortune magazines. The other problem with Esquire is a lot of times they're incomplete. And there is more competition than you would think on those. It's taken me a long time to realize that, but it's like, no, you can't get the price that you should on it. It's got F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's got this. It's got that. Jeez. And they take up a lot of room. They're slow moving and take up a lot of room and don't bring the price that they should. Right. Same thing with those 1950s movies magazines. They're going to be hard to move. They just are going to be hard to move. I do move them sometimes. I've got enough of them listed that some do sell.
Right.
But I'm just not buying them now. And I just kind of stepped back and said, wow, I absolutely would have been all over those a couple of years ago. They just would have been right in my pile, and I would have gone home, and I would have listed them, and would have sold one in 3 months, and would have sold one in 7 months, and would have sold one next year, and so on. So how have you evolved in your buying and selling throughout the years as far as that goes?
I'm definitely way more selective with considering the inventory I have, just like you, and we're never going to get everything on anyways. But why buy more slow-moving stuff? Now, if they came in and wanted $1 a piece and they had 100 of them, sure, I'm buying them. Or if they wanted $2 or $3, I'd offer them $1. That's another thing. If I do want them, here's my mentality. I'm not going to buy them and put them on eBay so they can sell for half price a year or two from now.
Right.
I would buy them cheap if I can put them on Amazon, jack the price up, and sell them slowly. So I'd rather get $30 in a year or two than 10 or 15 in a year or two on eBay. So that's how I would look at it. And I probably would tell them I'm really not interested, and I've been doing this a lot lately, even with toys now, Hess trucks and loose figures and stuff, because it's just more work that we have enough sitting on a shelf that takes too long to sell for what you're going to get a return. Like for a lister, if I give them a box of G.I. Joes that are loose, yeah, they're cool, but they're $10 and $20 ones, not $100 ones. So they can only list maybe 10 or 12 accurately in an hour, where something else that I'm getting $30 a movie, they can do 20 in an hour. So I'm looking at it like that so I can get more bang for my buck. But yeah, the way eBay is, I'm real selective. I'm going to offer very little for the stuff. I just got a call today, Star Wars stuff, from a customer whose husband passed away. She goes, "Oh, my attic's full of Star Wars stuff." So I go up there, and it really wasn't very full at all. But there was a lot of loose stuff, a couple things in the box.
Old or new?
Newer from the last 20 years.
Okay.
And normally I'd jump on, even if I'd offer $100 or $200. She had some records too that are kind of beat up rock ones, which I can throw and whatnot. But I'm just looking at like, oh, God, I don't know. She doesn't know what she wants. I took some pictures. I said I'd get a hold of her tomorrow. But I'm thinking, like, it's just work and not much money be made. And so now I got to go over there and waste an hour loading it up out of my day. I just don't think it's worth it. And half the stuff is loose or not new in box at all, or in the box and not sealed in the box. So, you're not going to get full price on it. What's missing what? Who knows who? It's a crapshoot. So, even for $200, like, do I really want to spend $200 and maybe I'll double my money? When? I don't know. Or maybe these things are going to get returned or never listed. There's too many factors and variables. There's too many cons to pros at this point with stuff like that. Now, if there are 20 unopened boxes, sealed stuff, it's a different story, but it's just more work now.
Yeah, and I'm definitely, like I said, definitely noticing So many things now that I am walking by that I definitely notice that, hey, I would have bought this. I would have bought this. And I'm sure you've gone through that evolution as well if you've been selling for a long time out there. Always be willing to change it up unless you've got the absolute winning formula right from Jump Street, which very few people do.
Right.
That you've got a good niche that you can regularly get restock into with good sell-through. If you found that, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
I haven't found that yet, and I don't think I'm ever going to find that. And so I'm going to keep evolving, keep changing. Part of it also comes into I have to like to list the stuff at this point, for the most part, unless it's just a no-brainer. Obviously, I'm going to make money on it. But otherwise, I just have to like to list it.
I got a good one for you. Just
Okay.
Posters.
Okay.
Full size, not folded.
Yep.
How much would they have to be worth
Oh.
for you to spend $1,000? $10,000 for $1,000? No, you're not doing
No,
that.
I'm not doing that at all.
20, 30, 40. At some point, you'd have to say, but then you probably end up flipping them to me, though.
Yeah,
that's another
true.
problem.
But I have to sell them?
If you have to sell them, list them, yeah.
Actually, $10,000, I'd pay $1,000 for.
Really?
If it's one poster.
Oh, there you go, yes.
If it's
I
one
agree, yes.
poster. And then I'll contact Heritage and say,
Yeah, there
guess
you go.
what? Sell
Yeah.
this for me.
Yeah.
But if you're talking the usual mix of stuff,
Right. You know, and they're worth $20 to $100, and you got to buy.
and I'm not allowed to sell them to you, I have to list them myself.
Yeah. Man, it'd have to be 20, 30 grand.
50,000?
Yeah, I would say 50's definitely 50.
50,000?
Because what would I pay at this point? I don't want to get suckered into it because it's
That's
just
a good
going.
question.
Yeah. I would think I'd have to put mine at 25 grand. Like an easy 25, meaning it's all good stuff that's 70s and 80s stuff that's going to sell for 100 to 500. Like, still 25,000 to 1,000 because it's so much work involved. You know how long it takes to list a
Right.
poster?
Well, and we're not set up for it. That's the key.
And to make it look good.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a $500 poster and you just throw it on some table and you see the background. I mean, it looks like crap. You have to do it the right way, make it look what it's worth. You have to make it look like what it's worth.
Right.
Yeah.
So the people that do that obviously would have different margins because they're set up to do it all the time.
Right.
You know, much as I've talked to people before and I've said to them, you know, yeah, this is what the stuff goes for on eBay, but are you set up to ship this stuff out when it sells? Do you know how to ship it out when it sells? Do you have the proper materials? Do you want to run to the mailbox or the post office? Do you want to? That's some level of what we are paid to do.
Right.
Because we have systems in place. We are ready. If something sells, I can have it out in the door tomorrow morning. Not a problem. Can they? Do they want to? For a $15 book, is it worth them to do? It's probably not really worth it for me to do if it were just one book.
Right.
But I'm not just bringing one item over to Mr. Magazine's store to send out. You know, I'm bringing 10, 15, 20 items over there. Well, suddenly it becomes worth it for me because day after day I do that. Other people it becomes a burden is what it comes down to.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, hit the like button if you could. Let us know down below how your buying has evolved throughout the years. And if it hasn't changed yet, don't worry, it will. We'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.